Good day everyone. I am Crystalline Ann Castello together with my buddy Ian Canlangan. We will be discussing about the police system of Australia. First, let's talk about the background of Australia. Australia is the unique country that spans an entire continent and the largest island in the world. With a population about 23 million, a quarter of whom were born overseas. Australia's values freedom, diversity, equality, and peace. The country operates as a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy, with Queen Elizabeth II as the formal head of state. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has led the Liberal Party and the government since August 2018. Federal government handle national responsibility like defense and welfare, while the state and terrorism government manage local matters and such as police education and transportation. The next one is the history of Australia. In 1788, arrival of the first fleet in New South Wales, establishing Australia as the British penal colony. Law enforcement begins with the military personnel and convict constables. In 1825, the formation of Sydney Foot Police, the first official police force in the New South Wales, marking the start of structural law enforcement. In 1850s, the gold rush era leads to rapid population growth, promoting each colony to establish its own police forms, like Victoria Police form in 1853 and Queen Island Police established in 1864 to 1901. The Federation of Australia. The colonies become state routing their individual police forces, while the federal government established the Commonwealth Police Force to handle national matters like customs. In 1917, the expansion of the Commonwealth Police Force to oversee wartime security during the World War I. In 1979, creation of the Australian Federation Police or AFP, merging the Commonwealth Police and ACT Police to address national and international crimes. In 1980s is the advances in the technology and intelligence sharing, enhanced police capabilities, national cooperation, and in strength with the initiative like Crime Track. The AFP and state police forces work collaborative, focusing on the complex issues like organized crime, terrorism, and cybercrime through integrated intelligence and technology. Next one is the Australia's police system. Australia's police system operates with both federal and state levels, with each having distinct roles and responsibility to ensure the public safety and enforce the laws and uphold justice. Federal level. The Australian Federal Police or AFP handles national security, transnational crime, border protection, and issued across state lines. Federal levels established in 1979, the AFP's jurisdiction covers matters such as terrorism, human trafficking, cybercrime, and organized crime, as well as the law enforcement in federal terrorists, including the Australian Capital Territory or ACT. State and territory level. Each of Australia's 6 state and 2 territories has its own police force responsible to handling local law enforcement, crime prevention, and community safety within its borders. These state and territory police agencies include organizations such as New South Wales Police Force, Victoria Police, and Queen's Island Police Service. Their duties is to involve investigating criminal offense, traffic enforcement, maintaining public order, and responding to emergencies. They also collaborate with AFP when cases overlap in the jurisdiction of required federal resources. Collaboration and coordination. The AFP works closely with the state police forces to address complex issues like organized crimes and terrorism through task forces, intelligence sharing, and joint operation. The Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission or ACIC also support the cooperation managing data and intelligence that state and federal agency can do to tackle and serious organized crime. Organizational structure. Australian Federal Police or AFP led by commissioners. The AFP handle national and transitional crime, counter-terrorism, and protection. Includes division of international operation and a commission policy. State and territory police forces. Each state and territory has its own police force, led by the commissioner. These police manage local law enforcement with specialized units for crime investigation, traffic enforcement, and emergency response. Collaborative and agency. The Australian Criminal Intelligence and Commission or ACIC, Australian Border Force or ABF, and Joint Task Forces support integrity coordination of issues like organized crime and border security.
Recruitment. Police recruitment in Australia is a competitive and selective, focusing on candidates' physical fitness, mental resilience, and integrity. The process includes: number 1. Eligibility. Applicants must be at least 18, Australian citizen or permanent residents, and meet educational, character, and medical requirements. Number 2. Application and testing. Candidates submit application and complete written tests, physical fitness assessments, and psychological evaluations. Number 3. Interview. Shortlisted candidates undergo structured interviews to assess suitability for police work. Number 4. Police Academy training. Successful applicants attend the police academy for several months, training in law enforcement skill and ethics. Number 5. Probationary period. New officers serve a 12 to 24-month probation under supervision with performance evaluations. Career development. Opportunities for further training and specialization in various fields are available. Firearms and equipments. In Australia, police forces are equipped with various firearms and equipment designed to ensure effective law enforcement and public safety. The specifics can be vary state or territory, but here are the general categories of firearms and equipment used by Australian police. Handguns. Most Australian police carry semi-automatic pistol as their primary sidearm. Common models include Glock 22 or .40 caliber SOW, Smith & Wesson MOP or .40 caliber SOW. Rifles. Some police units, particularly tactical and specialized teams, may carry rifles for specific operations. Common types includes AR-15 style rifles, the 308 Winchester rifles for long-range engagements. Shotguns, used for specific operations, include crowd control and tactical responses. Common models include Remington 870, Bell M4.
Less lethal option, tasers. Conduct energy device used to anticipate individual by minimizing the risk of fatal injury. Pepper spray, used to crowd control and to subdue aggressive individuals. Beanbag rounds, fire from the shotguns. This round provide a less lethal means to anticipate suspect without causing a serious injury. Protective equipment, body armor. Officers typically wear ballistic vests designed to protect against firearm threats and other hazards. Helmets. Tactical units may wear helmets with visor for added protection during the high-risk operation. Gloves and shields, used during searches, crowds control, or handling evidence. Communication and surveillance equipment. Radio. Officer used to secure the radio system for communication with this bank and other units. Body-worn camera. Increasingly high deploy to the record interaction with the public and ensure accountability. Drones. Some forces utilize drones for surveillance, ground monitoring, and evidence collection. Firearm and equipment. In Australia, police forces are equipped with various firearms and equipment designed to ensure effective law enforcement and public safety. The specific can vary by state or territory, but there are general categories of firearms and equipment used by Australian police. Transport and tactical equipment. Police vehicle standard patrol cars are equipped with the lights, siren, communication gear, and other essential equipment. Specialized vehicle, such as armored car, are used by tactical teams for high-risk situations. Equipment for tactical units. SWAT or Tactical Response Team may use additional gear including breachings, tools, specialized firearms, and medical kit for emergency response.
Uniforms. Australian police uniforms vary by state but share a common features for practically safety and identifications. Number 1. General duty uniforms. Usually navy blue, durable with the visible bandages, name tags, and sometimes rank ignitia. Officers often wear load-bearing or ballistic vests. Number 2. High visibility vests. Bright, reflective vests for the traffic control and crowd management with the police in bold for a clear identification. Number 3. Specialized units. Tactical and special operations units wear protecting gear, including helmets, body armor, and sometimes camouflage or black uniforms.
Number 4. Headwear and footwear. Officer wear pickup and broad brim hat and heavy-duty boots for support and terrain adaptability. Number 5. Weather gear. Plenty of waterproof jacket and rain gear are provided for cold and wet condition. Rank and insignia. Australian Police Force use similar rank structures and insignia, though specific titles or insignia design can vary by state and territory. Generally, ranks follow a hierarchical order with insignia displayed on shoulder epaulets, collars, or chest badge. Here's an outline of typical ranks and insignia across Australian police forces.
Best practices. Community engagement build trust and solve local issues collaboratively. First, use of force. Prioritize the escalation and proportionality. Second, transparency. Use of body cameras, reporting, and external oversight. Third, officer well-being. Provide mental health support. Fourth, diversity. Recruit exclusively. Train for cultural sensitivity. Fifth, continuous training. Prepare for modern challenges. 6. Technology use. Employ data and cybersecurity tools. 7. Ethical integrity. Ensure ethical conduct and whistleblower protection. 8. Response crisis. Train for a mental health and crisis intervention. And the last one, collaboration. Work with other agencies on complex issues. Environmental care, practice sustainability, and community cleanups. Comparison with the Philippines. Australia and the Philippines both prioritize community policing, but their approaches differ significantly. Australia emphasizes transparency with a strict use of force policies, body cameras, and independent oversight. While in the Philippines, facing budget constraints, has limited technology and transparency measures. Australia police receive extensive training, including mental health and de-escalation, whereas Philippine police training is more basic, with specialized training limited to certain units. Both countries encourage diversity, but Australia places a strong focus on cultural sensitivity. Overall, Australia's police are more resourced and modernized, while in the Philippines continues to work toward these goals amidst resource challenges. In conclusion, while both Australia and the Philippines are committed to the effective policing, their system reflect the distinct social, economic, and cultural context of each nation. Australia's well-resourced, transparent, and community-oriented approach benefits from advanced training, technology, and accountability mechanism, fostering the public trust and the efficient law enforcement. While in the Philippines, though dedicated to the public transparency and modernization, however, ongoing reforms in the Philippines police force signal a move toward a greater accountability, community engagement, and the professional development. Strengthening these areas could enhance trust and efficiency, aligning the Philippines' policing practices more closely with the international standards.
And that's end our discussion about the police system of Australia. I hope you learned something. Thank you for listening.